Hi, and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm your lovable host Arno, coming back to you with another video. So, Matt Hancock has been all over the TV and papers today, hasn't he? Hasn't he? And what's he been saying? I tell you what Matt Hancock's been saying. It seems to be the same with every single one of them that get put in front of a camera. All of a sudden, they're now talking about that we are a long way away from lockdown being eased. Aren't we? Aren't we? And let me remind anybody who's forgot, just in case you have, even when they do lift the lockdown, you're going to be going straight back into a tiered system where you're going to be under tight restrictions. Okay, this is where we're at with these people. So let's just go have a look over on the internet. Some of the articles that Matt Hancock's been involved in today in the media. So first of all, in the Mail Online, Matt Hancock admits uncertainty over whether COVID variant is more deadly, despite repeating claim it could be up to 50% more lethal, as he warns the UK infection rate is a long way from being low enough to ease lockdown. Matt Hancock admitted there is uncertainty over the increased lethality of the coronavirus mutant strain. Health Secretary insisted people should behave based on the risk that it could prove to be more deadly. He warned coronavirus cases are a long way from being low enough for the lockdown to be eased. 33,552 people tested positive for coronavirus yesterday, nearly 10,000 down from the 41,346 last Saturday. Figures are also revealed that 1,348 more people died after testing positive, a rise of 4.1% on last Saturday's 1,295. Matt Hancock today admitted there is uncertainty over whether the COVID variant is more deadly, as he warned that people should take precautions based on the risk. In interviews this morning, Health Secretary cited warnings from scientists that the mutant strain first detected in Kent could be between 10 and 50% more lethal. But after criticism that the government was scaring people before the picture was clear, he admitted uncertainties while insisting that is the nature of science. Okay, so we have now Matt Hancock saying, first of all, any chance of lockdown being lifted is a long way away. Okay, and not only that, they're now saying that this variant strain that was first detected in Kent is now 10 to 50% more lethal than the original strain. Okay, and not only that, the deaths this Saturday had risen by 4.1% compared to the previous Saturday. Okay, so the deaths are going up. And guess what else he goes on to say in this article? Let me just go and find it for you. Here we are. He goes on in a little bit later about how many people had been vaccinated and what they were doing in that respect. But what he also went on to say, what Hancock also went on to say, was the UK has detected 77 cases of the South African variant of COVID and 9 cases of one of the Brazilian variants. Now that is very interesting, isn't it? Because I'll tell you why it's very interesting. Because if you remember 9 days ago on Arno TV, let me just turn the music down and show you something. So we've just seen in the national paper today that 77 cases of the South African variant of COVID have been found in the UK, as well as 9 cases of the Brazilian variants, okay? Now, let me just show you something on Arno TV from the 15th of January. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. The most important thing that came out of that address to the nation is I was on here earlier showing you articles that national newspapers are printing today telling us that the Brazilian strain has been confirmed has been in the UK. All right? And in that press conference, we heard Valens actually denying any knowledge of any case in the UK, didn't we? So let's go over and just have a listen to what Valens said, and then we're going to examine some of these articles, and also we're going to talk about things a bit further about how these people are never put under any scrutiny or any tough questions by any of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at what Valens said in that press conference. Okay, when the question was raised about this Brazil variant. So I'm just going to lower the music down. Okay, and we're just going to have a listen to what Valens said.
I think in terms of variants, it's worth remembering this virus is changing all the time, like all viruses do. And I suspect there are variants all over the world of different types. It's important to note that the countries that have detected them first are the countries that have both got good sequencing, so they've sequenced a lot of viruses, and they've been open and said, yes, we've got variants, as we've done here. So I think we should be careful not to assume those are the only places that the variants are. In terms of the Brazilian variant, there are really 2 major ones from Brazil. One of them, which is particularly important, it contains 2 changes, one at 484 and one at 501, so 2 positions in the genetic sequence. That one has not yet been detected in the UK, as far as I'm aware. But we've got to keep monitoring carefully, and it could, of course, come from any place around the world. And these are changes which I would expect to start seeing in lots of places. These are changes which this virus quite likes, and I think we'll see them emerging in different places.
So, we just heard our Chief Medical Officer, Patrick Valens, saying on the 15th of January that as far as he was aware, there was no cases of this Brazilian variant in the UK. All right? And on that same day, we had 3 national papers, the Mirror, the Mail, and the Sun, all printing stories that this Brazilian strain had been detected in the UK, and it was being confirmed by their own scientist, Wendy Barclay, Professor Wendy Barclay of Imperial College London, who's working for the government. Okay, and now we're having it confirmed by Matt Hancock that it is in the UK. So, people, when I tell you that these people have a lot to answer for, I'm not kidding, because in another national paper today, we have the Mirror confirming that Matt Hancock reveals 77 cases of the South African coronavirus variant in the UK. Okay, we've got the South African variant in the UK, and we've also got the Brazilian variant in the UK. And I want everyone out there to remember that Patrick Valens, our Chief Medical Officer, went on national television on the 15th of January, 9 days ago, and openly stated that to his knowledge, there was no cases of this Brazilian variant in the UK. And what I might also like to go on to say is in those articles that we were reading about, the Brazilian variant on the 15th of January, what they actually said in those articles, in one of the articles, it said that Wendy Barclay had confirmed that one of the variants of the Brazilian virus was in the UK. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, there are 2 variants. There was one variant which was detected in Japan by travellers going into Japan, and that is one variant. But there is a more deadly variant, which is an Amazon variant. And in another one of those papers from last week, from the 15th of January, Wendy Barclay confirmed that it wasn't the strain that was in Japan. So that suggests that it's the Amazon strain, the more deadly version, the one that's been responsible for a doubling of deaths in Brazil and hospitals running out of oxygen. Okay, so this is where we're at with this group of people. And let me also remind everybody as well that this group of people, it didn't occur to any of them that they might want to actually test people who are coming into the UK to see if they're positive or not, and they're only just starting to do that. So, you know, just in case anyone forgets these things, I want to remind people of them, because these people have a lot to answer for. Okay, but Matt Hancock is probably going to be quite busy next week to be bothered to be thinking about things like this, because do you know what Matt Hancock's going to be doing next week? And Johnson and quite a number of the others of them, do you know what they're going to be doing? They are all going to be on a conference with Schwab and all the acolytes in Davos that's going on next week, because they're all going to be there, aren't they? Hancock, Johnson, Biden, Trudeau, Merkel, Macron, they're all going to be there. So this idea that people have that all these people are working together is a ludicrous. They're all working together, and guess what they're going to be doing at Davos? They're all going to be talking about ways they can push the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution and Klaus Schwab's latest literary creation on stakeholder capitalism. And what do you think that means? It means capitalism that works for them lot. Schwab and the 1,000 richest companies in the world that he represents. That's what that lot are going to be doing next week. Okay, but just remember that on the 15th, while they're all busy in Davos plotting what they're going to do next year, this year should I say, the plans for everybody, just remember our chief medical officer went on TV on the 15th of January denying that this Brazilian strain was in the UK, on the same day as 3 national papers confirmed that it was, and in those stories that confirmation came from the government's own scientist, Wendy Barclay of Imperial College London, who's working for the government. All right, so we're not going to get out of lockdown anytime soon, and these people have a lot to answer for. And when I say that these people should be dragged into Parliament, I'm not kidding. They've got a lot to answer for about a number of things that all these people are involved in, and it's a disgrace that these are the kind of people that we have to deal with. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please like and subscribe to the channel. And once you do, please ring the notification bell so I can inform you guys of future videos, live streams that I'm going to be putting out. And as I've said before, there's going to be a lot more coming, because while these people go about ripping up democracy on a daily basis and throwing it in the dustbin, I refuse to stay silent while these people do that. Because if people don't start speaking out and realising what these people are up to, we are going to end up in a world, we are going to end up in an Orwellian state, because that is the agenda that these people are pushing, and they are using this pandemic to push all these laws through. Okay? And they quite clearly don't have the competence or the intellectual capacity, half of these people, to do the job that they're actually being paid for. Because if you're telling me that our chief medical officer went on television on the 15th of January stating that he had no knowledge about any of the Brazilian strain that was in the UK, any of that variant, when on the same day 3 national papers printed stories about it, and that confirmation in those stories was coming from their own scientist Wendy Barclay of Imperial College London. And are you seriously telling me that Valence, Whitty and Johnson, who were in that conference, weren't briefed about those stories. Okay, so what we know that they would have been briefed about those stories. So what conclusions do people draw from that? Okay, and that's all I'm saying. Okay, because the idea that these people weren't briefed, I don't believe it. Okay, so this is where we're at with these group of people. So I'm going to be back soon with some more videos for you. But until I am, I want you to take care of yourselves, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. And people that mean something to you in your life and that you care about, you should get in touch with them. Drop them a text, Skype them, video chat with them, whatever you choose to do. And the reason why I'm telling people to do things like that is because of all this stuff that's going on. People's mental health is in complete disarray out there, and unsurprisingly so. So, check in on people that mean something to you, and don't rely on the likes of Hancock, Johnson, Gove, Starmer, Patel, Drakeford, Sturgeon, and the like to look after the people that you love, because that is down to us, because these people do not care about you or me. It's quite clear. The only people these type of people care about is themselves and furthering their own dirty little careers and feathering their own nests. That is what these people are all about, and it's as simple as that. So I want to thank all the subscribers to Arno TV. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. Whether you're new here or you've been here a while, thank you so much for helping me grow this channel. If you can, obviously help grow the channel by sharing videos with other people, fantastic. If you don't want to do that and you just want to watch them, that is perfectly fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to be back soon, but until I am, I want everybody to take care in this pandemic. Seriously look after yourself, guys. I will be back soon. Stay rock and roll as always, and seriously, guys, just take care.